So what are two top or best US stocks which you can think about getting in on this, alright, amidst the current weakness that we're seeing in the technology sector? What are the two stocks that you want to think about getting in terms of like riding the reversal or for like the uptrend to continue and all that? Hey guys, Joey here, top tier Myzel, trader in Philip Securities, and in this video, I'll be sharing with you just two US stocks that you can put in your watch list over the next few days or next few weeks as well to see if you can any good potential entry to get back in. Alright, and these are pretty much stocks in my longer term portfolio. Alright, and that's where the uptrend looks quite intact. They have a really good long-term growth story as well. Fundamentally, they look good as well. Alright, and that's where I have it in my longer term portfolio. Of course, we can take profit as it approaches certain resistance level, but right now because of some weakness you have seen in the US tech sector due to like inflationary concerns and interest rate hikes and all that, that's where we saw a bit of weakness, and they have kind of like approached some of those really good support levels to start thinking about getting in again because prices looks quite attractive, right? So what are these two stocks? Make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. You're gonna find out what are these two US stocks that you can think about getting in again to ride the upside and the uptrend. Okay, so the first stock I would like to share with you would be this company called CrowdStrike, right? And the code for CrowdStrike is CRWD, right? So one of those cyber security firms. You can do a little bit of research in it, and a really, really good uptrend, I would say. So it's the play on like the whole entire cyber security sector, whereby governments and companies are paying top dollars to kind of like engage companies like this to protect their data, to make sure that their servers are all intact, nobody's able to just hack into their systems and all that, right? So this is what CrowdStrike is doing, and we have been pretty much trying to find like new highs. I think since like last year, very strong uptrend. You can see we kind of rebounded very near to this 200 days moving average, the longer term moving average went up. All right, started to find a new high, and over the past I think 1 month plus, all right, we have kind of headed to this resistance level at that 300 psychological level. So 300 level, you can see we kind of like touched about 1, 2, 3 times. We came back down, and we are pretty much back to this support level at about the 230, right? 230 to 220. You can see this was where we were capped below somewhere in like April and May. About 230, we broke this 230 level, and this resistance kind of like turned support levels. You can see went up all the way to here, came back down, and look at this, right? This resistance turned support. We rebounded from here, and we neared it again, went up, and you can see over the past 1 week plus, we did see weakness in the US market. So CrowdStrike kind of like sold off as well, and you can see we kind of headed back to this same thing, right? The 230 level right here, and we are pretty much back to where we were in like August and in like October, where we rebounded, and this is where we are right now. So it can actually be a good opportunity to think about getting in, in terms of some upside reversal targets all the way back to around the 270. You can see maybe about 270. There is a little bit of resistance right here, So that's where we can see a little bit of an upside reversal happening. All right, and this is what we can see. So I think right now, we might consolidate right here, and hopefully like what we see here, when we broke that 240, the reversal really happened. So if we break that 240, it could be a good sign of the reversal happening, right? But take a look at this candle that we saw just last night, right here. It closed at about 230, right here. But this is what we call something like a doji, right? Whereby we have a long upper shadow and long lower shadow, kind of like it shows like indecision between buyers and sellers. That means like pushing up, pushing down, and eventually it closed somewhere in the center right here. All right, and kind of like we saw this candle happening right at this support zone, which is like 230, right? As I mentioned, this 230 is right at this support zone. You can see rebounded, and we saw this little candle happening right here. So this is what we call an area of value, all right, just at the 230, right? So this isn't only like 1 day, all right? It's only like 1 day, but it's a good thing that this candle is happening right over here. So I think over the next few days, if we can hold above like the 230 level, that is where potentially we might see a good reversal happening. Of course, hopefully we break this 240, that will lead the reversal back up to around the 270, and that's where some profit taking can actually come back again, right? So this is CrowdStrike, right? One of those really good longer term stocks in my portfolio. I'm always looking to enter on dips. Of course, we can get out, take some profit as it hits to those resistance level as well, is perfectly fine. But in terms of like entry, as it approaches some of those good support, we can think about getting in again, right? So this is one of those stocks you can watch in terms of US market. If you're looking at the US market, basket is one of those stocks that you can watch as well. So guys, if you like this video, go ahead to give me an early thumbs up. It will definitely help out the channel, and thank you so much for doing this, right? So let me move on to share with you the second US stock that you can also think about getting in terms of we are seeing some weakness recently. It could be a good opportunity to time your entry to get in as well on dips for the longer term, right? And the second stock would be what we call Applied Materials. The code is AMAT right here, trading at about $148. So Applied Materials is this company pretty much in the semiconductor field. We're going into a play of Internet of Things, in terms of the 5G and everything, and it all requires like computer chips and all that. All right, and that's where Applied Materials is one of those semicon firms that I like as well. There are a few that I like, but it is one of those firms that I like as well in terms of the chart as well. It looks good in terms of the growth story. It looks good as well, and on weakness you can think about getting in on dips as well, right? So this is where we are, about 148.92. all right, let me just explain to you what we've been seeing over the past few months since like March, right? So you can see like somewhere from like March to in November, all right, about like 6 to 7 months, we were pretty much consolidating, all right, in this range right here from about like 125 or maybe like 120 all the way to about the 145, right? So 125 to 145, maybe about like $20 range right here, and this was originally like the resistance level, right? Very firm support, very firm resistance at 145, right? And over the past like 2 to 3 weeks, we managed to break this 145, right? 145 level, which has now turned to like a bit of a support level. So kind of like break it, went all the way to around 160. Look at this right here. That was just where we were last week. All right, and of course we saw weakness over the past few days due to like inflationary concerns and all that. The same old thing that has been happening over the past couple of months, right, since the beginning of the year. Whenever there are talks about like inflation or maybe rate hikes coming in earlier than expected, that's where some of these tech companies might see a bit of weakness, but then buyers can actually start to come back again at those really good support, right? So 160 was like a little bit of resistance here, a bit of profit taking. You can see we tried to attempt to push above, but nope. All right, sellers came back and pushed it back down, and we kind of like sold off, and we're back to this support level, right? So as I mentioned, this 145 has kind of like turned from like a resistance to a new support level. So it could be a good opportunity to think about getting in again right here from 145 all the way to that 160 level. So I would say that in terms of the short-term trend, I think we look quite okay above that 145 to maybe 140 level. Look at this, and just last night, same thing. We did see like a little candle right here whereby something like what we call a hammer, all right, whereby we have a long lower shadow, all right. That means prices kind of like went down. I think the low was about like 145.10, right, 145.10, which is very near the 145, all right. And buyers came up and push prices back up, and we closed at 148, around 148. So that's a good sign whereby this 145 level is a little bit of a support, based on this level that I talk about, resistance and support, and also from this candle that we have seen last night, it could be a good kind of like point towards this support level really holding, right? Of course, it's only like 1 day. So over the next few days, we can see that, hopefully this 145 were to hold, all right, and that's where we can potentially see a reversal back up towards that 160 level. So 150, there might be a little bit of a resistance. You can see you might consolidate from 145 to 150, and eventually it breaks at 150, and that's where we can make our way up to 160. Okay, so this is Applied Materials, one of those really good longer term stocks that I have in my portfolio, kind of like getting on dips, all right, and that's where you can kind of like put it in your watch list in terms of the US market as well. So these are pretty much the two US stocks I like share with you, all right, CrowdStrike, CRWD code, and also Applied Materials, AMAT, all right, and I hope you like this video and you can take note of these two stocks as well. So guys, if you want to find out a little bit more on what are some of the top US stocks that I'm watching in terms of my longer term portfolio, in terms of those high growth tech stocks whereby you can really think about having in your portfolio to potentially double, maybe even triple your portfolio, then you can check out this premium service that I have called The Monthly Edge, right? So this is a premium service whereby on a live call every end of the month, right? That's where we go on a live call whereby I show you what are the top stocks, what are the levels to potentially think about getting in, or maybe levels you can think about exiting as well, and all that. So to find out a little bit more, let me just show you what you can do. You can just go to Google and just type The Monthly, MONTHLY, The Monthly Edge right here. Alright, just enter, and that's where you will see like right on top the monthly age by Joey Choy. Click on it. I'll probably put the link just below this video as well. You can find a little bit more. This is a video to understand a bit more, but this is pretty much what you'll be getting. We'll go on a live call. You will access to some of my top stocks in terms of the Google Sheet access as well, and that's where we have like a Q&A session in the live call at the end of every month, right? So this is the link. Alright, I'll put it below the video. Alright, if you want to find out what are some of the top stocks that I have in my portfolio in terms of the US market, right? Make sure you check out this this link right here below, alright, and find out a bit more on this premium service called the monthly age. So yes, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, and I hope that you have taken note of these two stocks that I shared with you, and you can kind of like time your entry to get in as well, or maybe even put in your watch list, right? So I look forward to see you in the next video. Let me know in the comments below what is your biggest takeaway and in terms of the stock as well. What do you think about these stocks? Let me know in the comments below, and of course smash the subscribe button if you have not yet done so you will not miss out on any videos like this. And of course, give me a like as well. It will help out the channel, right? So Joey here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.